Black hair can't grow.
Black hair can't grow.
That is a myth, and I 100% disagree with that. We are cultured to believe that our hair can pass our shoulders, and when someone here does pass their shoulders, it's almost like we're saying, oh, she has good hair, she has good genes, her mother is an Indian or something. But I'm here to tell you that that is not true. Is there such thing as good hair? Is there such thing as bad hair? I personally do not believe that there is good hair or bad hair. I just believe that because we're cultured to believe that our hair don't grow, we don't take the time out to do what is proper. With a little consistency, a little determination, and sticking to a particular hair regime, you can achieve growth and healthy hair, whether your hair is relaxed or if it's natural. I am a relaxed girl, so my series will basically tell you how I grow my hair, the different products that I use, my holy grails, and basically everything that I do to achieve growth in my relaxed hair. If I can do it, you can do it too. So let me show you how I get from this to this. Wagwan, welcome back to my channel Face Spells by Sashelle. I am a girl Sashelle, and today I am starting off my hair care journey. I already had told you guys that I had the intentions to go into my hair regime. This specific video won't have the details on how I achieve it, but I'm basically starting off an inch of where I was, how I realized that I really needed to have a regime, and how I kind of transitioned and ended up with better quality hair. I don't think my hair is at the state that it should be, and I'm gonna kind of mention what are my setbacks and so forth. So if that tickles your wand, then stay tuned. Okay, the first picture is in 2016, and basically at this point is when I realized that there was definitely something wrong with my hair and that I needed to do something. What I was gonna do, wasn't sure, but you know, it's like when I came to a realization like, girl, your hair is fried. And at this point there was nothing that I was doing. I was just going with customarily creaming my hair every like 4 to 6 weeks, and then washing, regular washing, shampoo, condition, wash out. But after this, now in the following picture, you can see where I kind of trimmed and then started to do some protective styling. And then most times I would just kind of curl it or rod it, and then or I'll wrap my hair. This particular picture was showing my next relaxer, which was about 2 months post relaxer, and you could see my ends were awful. They were completely awful. They were fried, and basically those are loose ends, but I was just holding on to dear life for them because I never want to cut it. I was so afraid of scissors. You can now see the comparison with my hair from where it was in 2016 and then where it was 2 months post, that when I decided that I needed to start a regime. At this point, to be honest, I wasn't really doing anything. I didn't change up anything that I was doing. The only thing that I was doing is actually kind of, I did a cut, and then I just basically look how it progressed after that cut. But cut alone, guys, or trimming your ends is not enough to make your hair grow and to be healthy. So after realizing that my ends were basically dead and I was holding on to it, I decided I was gonna give myself a nice little trim. And I think this has been the shortest I've cut my hair in a long time. Basically 2016, I realized that my hair needed some work, and my first thing was to basically start limiting the amount of time that I kind of permed my hair. And then in 2016 I kind of did that, but I did not have any products that I use or any regime. I just kind of just worked with that. And then the next picture here is in 2017. That was my first perm in 2017. I think this was January 2017, and I saw a lot of growth. My hair was looking better because I stretched it about 2 months to 3 months. My hair was looking a bit better. still unevenness was there, but I can see that there was not much breakage during that period, and it was looking very thicker and fuller. And this is when I started to introduce my holy grail product, which I'm going to disclose in a further video. So guys, you can see that the length came in, but my ends were still trashy, and my gosh, those ends had beat me. So because of my ends, even though I would have received a lot of growth, I still was struggling. So each time when I permed, I'd have to cut off like an inch or two, because I was first not focusing so much on the length but on the health of my hair. This pic now is after that perm, and probably persons will be crying like, after I get so much length I would want to cut it. Yes, I had to cut it. I cut it barely grazing my shoulder here, but look at how bouncy and nice my hair looks here, guys. At this point now, I was not focused on length. Really and truly, I wanted to repair my hair first before I focused on length, and that is what I would recommend to persons: quality over quantity. So down in 2017 now, here you could still see that I was still struggling. It was still uneven. One side was still dramatically shorter than the next. I started to even think that it was how my hair grew. So here you can see it from the back. My hair is looking much healthier. There's not much split, but you can see that my hair was turning around for the better. And then I felt so confident. I was all my own hair all this time, and I started to incorporate a lot of protective styling, not trying to comb my hair too much and all of that. This was 3 months post, and at this point now in 2017, guys, is when I really started a regime, and this was when I started to just minimize my relaxers completely, and I decided I was going to stretch for 6 months. 6 months no relaxer, guys. You can't even imagine 4C here, 4B, 4C here, not being relaxed for 6 months. So you have relaxed end and then you have new growth. Guys, it was a struggle. And guys, this next picture here in the brown, you can see that my hair was, it looks like laid down and more tamed, and that's because I wanted to kind of do a length check-ish, and I basically like a flat iron. So it was like about 4 months post, and I did a flat iron to straighten to kind of see what my length was working with it, and to kind of tame it because it was hard to work with. So yeah, you can see the fluffiness in my hair, and I was like, could it be that my hair was getting thicker? Maybe. Let us see. Okay guys, I was still stretching my hair at this point, and my hair was obviously growing, and I loved it, and it was thicker. The roots that were coming in due to my regime, it was so thick, guys, and I'm not used to this. I have very thin hair. Well, what I knew my hair to be was very thin, very lightweight, and when I was natural, my hair was very spongy. Like, it was not that natural hair that was hard to pull the comb through. It was relatively easy to comb through, but it was very light and fluffy. That's the type of hair that I had. So thinness was something that I was accustomed to. So this new texture, this new thickness was a bit of surprise to me. I didn't know how to manage it or to handle it, but I was loving it because I was excited to get my next perm. And guys, this very picture is the picture that showed how thick my hair was. At this point, it was past December, and normally in December I get some form of hair that I install here and whatever. This particular time I had some braids, and I decided I'm going to lose the braids because I wanted to give my hair a couple weeks break before I go into my big perm. So guys, this was it. My hair was big, it was voluminous, it was fluffy and all of that. So this was a couple months in. This was about 5 months in. Right guys, this picture now here, this picture is in January, and I got my perm. Loved it. I loved it because the thickness and the fullness was so new to me, and I completely enjoyed it. But you can see my ends. But why I wasn't mad with my ends in these pictures is because in these pictures I knew that I would have had a lot of splits or a lot of funniness at the ends, because I knew that my hair, the relaxed parts of my hair, was damaged. So I was relying on the new growth, and by, mind you, I got about 3 inches to 4 inches of new growth in that 6-month stretch. So I wasn't mad that I would have to trim off that damaged ends, because when you stretch now for so long and you getting your new healthy roots, then you will see all the problem areas, and then clipping that away will just, you know, refresh everything and make everything just come back to life. So I was not mad. So you can see, guys, now I gave it a cut, and you can see how different my hair look in feel, in texture, in thickness, everything. Look at June 13, the 1st of June 2018. Look at the before and look at the after. Instantly from that cut, my hair looked thicker. Look, the volume was there. It was healthy. It was black. It was just, guys, this started it off for me. Like, that 6-month stretch was like the best thing that I ever did. And from that, guys, my hair entirely turned around. And then, guys, I was all about my hair. I was doing all type of buns and all type of styles, but mind you, I was doing a lot of protective styles. Normally, when I am basically perming my hair, probably about the first week is the only time I have my hair out. Otherwise than that, I am protective styling. So I had a lot of buns. My hair is always up and all of that. What I was just embracing my hair. At this point, I didn't want to put in any extensions, but extensions and braids are a part of protective styling, so I would incorporate them also in my hair care regime. So guys, yes, after this, now it is months past now, and I'm going into my regime of stretching my relaxers, and my hair was so thick. Look at that. Wow, look at the blackness, the thickness. And this was where I realized that, girl, I don't have normal ear anymore. Your ear tall and all these things. Becky with a good ear and them something there. My hair was so long. It was so healthy. My ends were not perfect. As you know, I was coming from the bottom when it came onto my ends. This picture here, guys, in the blue, this probably is one of my favorite pictures. Persons asked me, like, is that a real hair extension? A lot of persons thought it was my extensions. All I did was I did a dry set, and I just used my natural hair, and it was so fluffy and it was so healthy looking that persons think that it was extension, but guys, that was my real hair. And in these moments were when my hair was at its healthiest, in my opinion, because now I'm kind of post baby. I'm 9 months postpartum, and I had received postpartum shedding, which I will go into in a further video. So to me, my hair is not as thick and as healthy as it was, but I'm about to get back on my regime soon, guys, because look at the volume. Wow. And let us just do that comparison picture here. Look, guys, black hair can grow. Black hair can grow. Tell me something else. And not only black hair, but relaxed hair. Persons have the thing that if your hair is relaxed, you can't have healthy hair. I don't know why people come up with those theories, but I see a lot of relaxed girls' hair, even on YouTube, showing how long their hair is. Here showing my ponytail, guys, because I was so obsessed with my ponytail. No matter how long my hair was, I had struggled with how the back of my hair was. So the front of my hair was literally always 2 times the length of the back of my hair. So when my front of my hair is even long, then the back of it comes to meet the back of it, so it appears that my hair is just like short. When I used to catch my hair up in the back, you could barely get a ponytail, so I didn't even do that. But now I'm starting to show off my ponytail and all of these things because nobody could hold me back, guys. My hair was in such good condition. It was fluffy, it was healthy, and look at this side-by-side picture. Look at the difference. Look at my ends. Look at how dark my hair is. And for some reason, every time I have been treating my hair, have been doing my regime, and I've been using my products, I realize my hair is blacker than ever. So I used to think that my hair was fairly red or so, but I think that is not necessarily that's the case. But when I take better care of my hair, the color of my hair is more vibrant. Just like when you have a flower, when you water your plant and you give them the food for the soil and all of them things, and you ensure that you water it daily, then their green appear darker and more bright and more vibrant, just like your hair. So water your roots, give your hair food and it should be good. But I'm gonna go into my regimen in my follow-up video after this. Hey guys, after this now, I received very little setbacks. It's only between 2016 and 2017 that I had some setbacks, and in my opinion, my setbacks were not necessarily that my hair started to fall out or whatever. My setback is that when I did receive growth, I started to kind of cut. Every time that I received like probably 2 inches or 3 inches of growth, I would cut it off because basically I wanted to get rid of those ends. So those are what I consider as setbacks. But if I was to like think of my entire journey and think of a setback, I probably would only have one, and that would probably be my postpartum shedding. I lost a lot of hair around my edges and around my, not a lot because I still have my edges are still there basically, but around here I receive a lot of shedding. I'm still shedding a lot, so I know that I'm losing a bit of hair. But guys, I'm not completely mad at it at all because I still have the length now. I just have to get back with my regime to kind of build up back the volume and the thickness and the health of my hair. So guys, at this point now, in this specific picture, I was pregnant, and I don't know, because at this point, if I'm being honest, I stopped my journey. I stopped my regime. So I was not using anything in my product. My hair was barely washing and whatever. The first 3 months of my pregnancy, I was hospitalized, so I was washing my hair. I wasn't doing anything, but basically I was protective styling because I was in cornrow braids for at least 3 months. So I don't know, it could be the pregnancy hormones or what, but I think my hair blew up and grew so rapidly during my pregnancy. And this was the first perm that I had after 3 months. This was in April. Look at my March relaxer comparing to October of 2018 to March 2019. My hair had passed my bra strap length and I was going down into mid-back length, guys. It was super long. I don't know if I should kind of say that is because of my regimen or if it was because of pregnancy, but regardless, my hair was growing prior to that, so let me just say it is a bit of both. But my hair was just looking so gorgeous, guys. And you can see, look at those pigtails. Those pigtails are up and they're popping and they're going, and guys, my hair really was brought back to life. So guys, so trust the process, and let me show you just what I did. And nothing add-on, no expensive products, because I know that if a girl have to pay for things, she's not doing it. So obviously it is what everybody can do and with things that everybody can afford. So tune in. Look at my hair. I look like somebody from Outer Lion King in this. I was pregnant. I was over the pregnancy and my hair was just blooming, guys. And as I tell you regularly, I was always bunning and I was always protective styling. But guys, I just want to appreciate the photo right here. Guys, my ponytail, no matter how my hair grew and no matter where it was, I was not enthused until I could put it in a ponytail and come like this. If I couldn't swing it so and swing it so and swing it so, and I see a length out here and then something that I didn't feel like I achieved nothing, because I knew that I had length for the most part at the front of my hair. When I could put it in a ponytail, and I have about 8 inches of ponytail flopping around here like a horse, then nobody could have told me that my regimen did not work. And here now is when I had my baby in August, and my hair was still, I was growing it out, and I stretched it from July to August, I think this, at this point it was about 2 months post, and my hair was thick and fluffy and voluminous, and it's nice. And person was telling me, are you going natural or what? No, it's not going natural, but that is when you stretch your hair, your textures start to come in, so you kind of see your curls popping. This now is after. This is a little setback because as you can see, my hair here is relatively shorter than it was in the March 2019 relaxer, and that is because after I had the baby, I received some shedding. I lost some hair, and that is normal. Postpartum shedding is something that is very common. So a lot of persons, a high percentage of women lose their hair. So I was not following my regime, and I was not doing anything. I barely was washing. If I probably washed twice in that little 3-month stretch, probably I'm telling you a lie. But because I don't really wash my hair that often. When I was really dedicated to my regime, it was every week, back to back to back. But then sometimes I lose the motivation, and I kind of just slack off on my hair. But at this point now, I kind of lost some hair. My ends were getting bad, and that is the thing, guys. Most of the problems that we have in our hair is starting from the ends. If we can really work on our ends, everything else is perfect, and that's the problem that I had. So basically I just trimmed off the excess, and you can see how different that looks. It's still a bit shorter than March 2019, but completely healthy looking. This was in January 2020, and that's when I started my YouTube channel. This was my second upload, and I basically had just perm my hair, and I just kind of put in my setters in there, the curlers, and just kind of fluffed it out and did this hairstyle. So you won't be able to see the length of my hair in this one, because when you curl your hair, it appears naturally shorter. Here I was so excited because it was like my first relaxer in a long time, in a long time, in 4 months. And basically I was so excited. This was in April, and I was ready. Look at the length of my twist, guys. And so this is how you know that your hair has grown. If you're growing out your hair and you're like 3 months, 4 months post relaxer, and your hair is still tall, the Jamaican in me. I mean, if your hair is still long, then you will know that your hair has some length to it, because naturally we have curly hair, whether it's loose curls or tight curls. So when we have new growth in, shrinkage is natural. So when you can have shrinkage and your hair is still long, extending out here, then you know that your hair is really doing its thing. So I was excited, and guys, this is my final result, and this is my hair as at April, the early part of April and May. That is the last time before I did this to my hair, and that's where my hair is currently now. So I don't think it's at its healthiest, because as I told you, postpartum shedding, and I have not been following my regime since last year. So I'm gonna hop on to that, scene that I started my hair journey here on YouTube. I am going to basically dedicate, so I can bring you the real deal, and I can be like a living testimony of the fact that my regime works and the products work, and you can go ahead and try and let me know what is happening with you and your journey. So guys, yeah, you can see how my hair transformed in January of 2016, how it was comparing to now at May 2020. I have a trim so much time, then it may have been longer, but I don't think it would have been as healthy. So what you have to know too, guys, when you're following a regime, you have to know that you are it's gonna take time, because one, you have to repair before you can go ahead and expect the length and the growth and the health. So repairing first will take up to a year or so, based on what you're doing and the state of your hair, and then afterwards you can take a year to kind of see progress in terms of growth. So your first instinct should never be to grow your hair, but to repair what is causing it from not growing, because all hair can grow. You just have to trust the process and come up with a regime, whether you're gonna follow my regime or you're gonna follow someone else's regime or your own regime. But I think the main thing to get your hair to grow is consistency and dedication, and sticking to whatever process you are going through. So yes guys, that is it. That is my hair journey, and